My name is Seth Nowaseb. I'm here representing the Damara people. Although like lots of Namibians, my culture is a little bit more complicated. It's not just Damara, but here I am representing the Damara people. As far as the Museum of Remembrance is concerned, I have had an opportunity to look at it. But we have got to remember that the nomenclature, the naming of things is very important. And in just the naming of this museum, I have found that we are talking about the genocide of the Nama and the Herero. And in that process, over the years, we have buried the fact that the genocide took place and affected 4 communities: the Herero, the Nama, the Damara, and the San. And it is come to our attention that many of the German people and even the Namibian people often forget that although we talk about the Nama and Herero people, we often forget that Nama and Herero and Damara and San lived, married each other, and lived in the same community. When this crime was perpetrated, when von Trotter's army came and decimated the people, they touched and completely changed the lives of 4 communities. It is worth remembering, therefore, that whenever we talk about the genocide in Namibia, that it is not Nama Herero genocide, although von Trotter's order was directed towards them, that it is actually a genocide that affected the Nama, the Herero, the Tamara, and the San. Even in the naming of the stone, where we call it the Herero stone, I would be surprised if there was a piece of artifact that belongs to one tribe or another. The 2 people to whom this would have been named, if it was possible at all, would be the 2 indigenous tribes. The 2 indigenous tribes would be the San and the Damara, because even where the genocide took place around Windhoek, Okahanja, Okakarara, all the way to Gobabes, the earliest people that lived there were the Damara and the San. But of course, we live together as communities, and we have got to acknowledge each other, and we have got to tell the world and Germany that the communities that were affected by this genocide were 4: Damara, Nama, San, and Herero. And we should just appreciate that any artifact that exists has touched the lives. The blood that is on that stone represents the blood of 4 communities. And what are we going to do? We're going forward. We should teach our people in Namibia and teach our people in Germany here that we have got shared history. Even if some aspect of that was horrific, it's still bonds that were formed. Today we have got so many Herero and Damara people who are German, in that one of their parents could have been German, and some of them could have been those soldiers. So if we were to take this to schools, if we were to take it to universities, if we were to take it to parliament, and if we were to tell the story of the whole people, we will do justice to what has happened to both of us. It's not only the people who commit atrocities and the victims of those people that suffer, but the person who is shooting somebody suffers as much for what they have done as the victim of that. So we have got to remember, we are both, as German and Namibians, we are both victims of the things that have happened between the 2 of us. And as a result, I believe that we should work together to not highlight the crime only, but the way in which we can work together as 2 peoples that are united by history to move forward in peace, in harmony, and in shared history, unbury the history. Well, the stone is there, we cannot rewrite the history. But if we put a plaque and explain the context of the stone, how it came to be, what it represents, and how we can use that as a memory. When you travel around Berlin, you do see the memorial, the Jewish memorial that is made out of stone. It is for people to come and see and at the same time hear the story, but not just the story of the bad things that happen, but story of how the 2 peoples hold hands and move forward as brothers and sisters. So yes, put a plaque there, put an explanatory note, but it is a stone that is gonna be a stone that helps us remember what has happened in the past and help us to look forward as 2 tribes and 2 communities, 2 nations that are joined together because of the history that is shared.